What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Typeform and how you can leverage this to generate seller leads. Now, I'm going to throw an additional snippet in here and show you something really cool in how you can generate home values and have those delivered via a messaging portal. So stay tuned. Up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at Typeform, Twilio, and how you can leverage this to help you generate more seller leads. Now, Typeform is a really cool lead generation tool that you can use to leverage when building landing pages or building just type of funnel that you're going to drive traffic through. In this scenario, we're going to use it to actually obtain an address as well as a home number or phone number so that we can then send a message via SMS using Twilio's application interface, basically saying, hey, here's what we determined your home's value to be. Now, you don't have to do that additional step. You could absolutely just grab the address and phone number, create a lead in your KV Core dashboard, and you could do that using applications like APINation.com that make this setup super simple. So we're going to dive in and get a little bit more advanced today, though, and we're going to look at when a user submits an address. I want to make an API call to Rapid API's Realty Mole Property API documentation endpoint and basically obtain a value and have that value redistributed via a text message using Twilio. So we've already created this sequence in this workflow where we're using our Typeform native application inside of PipeDream's dashboard to basically have a native application integration. So we've made our connection, we've selected our form, and we've also selected the event that we passed through. So whenever you create a Typeform, basically what you're going to need to do is go ahead and send a kind of like a test lead or a dummy lead through, right? So if you go ahead and do that, you will then be successful in obtaining this event here. Now, the second step is to make a GET request. And to do this, we configured the API endpoint for Realty Mole, which we found here on rapidapi.com. We've subscribed to it. It does have some cost associated with it if you go into like the advanced or the pro or the ultra mega plans. We're using the basic plan here that gives us 50 calls per month at an additional 5 cents per each call over that 50. So we shouldn't go over that because we're only using this for testing purposes. This is not in a live environment. I use another account, of course, when I run my own lead gen strategies. So we're going to go ahead and you create this Typeform, which we've done. And now inside of here, we're going to go ahead and continue to set up our API request to obtain a home value. So in the header section, you'll need to put things like your authentication, whether that's an API token or an OAuth or a bearer token. You'll need to have all those credentials in there. In the params section, we're going to go ahead and put the address, and you can see how we've parsed this together using the string of values separated by commas. And this was based off of how Realty Mole is going to basically make that API request or accept that API request from our submission, right? So you can see here the address of the property needs to be in the format of street, city, state, and zip. So you need to make sure you have all those questions in your Typeform in order for this to be successful. So now that we've done that, we also added an additional step and we've tested that. You can see that we've got our status of 200 that came back successful, and it actually returned the values from a range of low, high, as well as a median or average price point for this particular home. Now, if you want to take this an additional step further, you could actually set up an integration with Twilio where you then can say, hey, send them a text and send them that exact message that I type in this message body with that home value. This is just the cool follow-up steps that they're actually getting an item of value when they subscribe or register or give you their contact information in this Typeform. Again, you don't have to take this additional step in sending a text message, but this is just basically automating that process. It might even start a conversation for you or help them get over the edge, or they might respond with a, that is a fair value or whatever it might be, right? So just some really kind of creative tools that you can use here in connecting these applications. But what I want to highlight is how we're able to actually obtain a home value using this API endpoint, right? So we were able to actually get that home's value, and then we could also see things like features, tax assessment. You have other things in here as well that you can leverage. So if you wanted to, I might even change this up and make that GET request, and then I might actually then create them as a contact in my KV Core or in my Realgeese or my Chime because you have these data points or you have these endpoints to know who the actual homeowner is. Of course, this does not give you things like contact phone number or email, but that's why we're asking for that in the Typeform so that we can still create the contact. We can also then put the name to the to the contact record, and then you could even add yourself like a note of all the description of their property. So some really cool practices that you could actually do here when it comes to automation and getting these details. Again, hopefully you found this video useful. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like this video. Also, be sure to subscribe to API Explorer's channel or my channel as we drop more content like the one that you're seeing today on how to generate leads, but also how to integrate and how to use API to your benefit in automating your business applications. So again, go ahead and click the like button, click the subscribe, and turn on bell notifications to be notified of cool content like the one that you're seeing right now. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. API Explorer out.